Disclaimer.
What's the worst part of having a dick? Accidentally pissing just a few more drops when you tuck it back in. There is a trick for this that is not well known when you've finished peeing and feel empty. Push up between the ball sack and anus, gooch, several times. You will pass a further 3 or so streams of urine and will no longer suffer from piss dribbles that stain the front of your pants. The world of men is more mysterious than I thought. Holy shit, yes, this was a game changer that I found here on Reddit. I wear light blue scrubs, and the little dribble wet spots would show up so clearly, it made me so frustrated. The behind the balls bump and shake finally gave me a solution that always works. I'm going to pass it on to my sons when they're old enough to need it. Random urge to just jerk off. If I was a man, I'd do this all day long. We do, then we regret, then we get back to doing it again. Never-ending vicious cycle. Regret? I've never regretted a wank. Are you doing it right? You might have just started with it, IG. Once you enter that age of your life when you have an aim, ambitions, and you're working hard to achieve them all, then suddenly out of nowhere there's a random urge to just jerk off. Sometimes it does help, but most of the time you'll regret doing it because if that urge becomes repetitive you tend to lose focus. That's what I felt, TBH. I'm 32, I've gone through all sort of life stages where I had no goals, had goals I was trying for, and now I've achieved a good chunk of them, and yet at no point has a nice wank ever left me feeling regretful. It's important in life to put some time aside for some self-love. I guess it depends what they are wanking over at. Just put a towel down and wank over that. Also, don't forget to regularly clean it. Having the balls that come with it. Yeah, let's just stick some random items in the outside of your body in an easily injured place that can floor you with pain if they get a flick that wouldn't hurt a 2-year-old. I know it sticks out because sperm needs a colder temperature, but there really wasn't a way around this? Evolution doesn't care about silly things like convenience. The first outside ball havers found one another and made more. Nature fucks. Evolution didn't take pants into consideration, EY? When I shit and I need to pee, there is a specific angle that I have to avoid, otherwise the piss will pass underneath the lid and go all over my pants and floor. You sometimes forget about it, but when it happens you curse yourself and your dick. Yes, huge problem for myself and other growers. I don't understand, why can't you just angle it more downward while you are peeing? Do you just hope it's at the proper angle and let loose? Edit, the general response seems to be you either forget to aim, somehow, pooping gives you a boner which means you can't angle it, weird, or you are angling it down but your stream somehow goes straight up. As a man myself who never had a problem, all these answers seem strange to me, but I guess since we come in all different shapes and sizes, we will never truly understand each other's private bathroom dilemmas. Occasionally you just don't notice, it's not like this happens commonly, very rarely in fact, but if you accidentally piss all over the inside of your underwear and pants even once, it is enough to go, oh this sucks. You sometimes forget about it. I have big balls, way above average, and if they are high and tight my dick sits on top of them pointing almost horizontal when I sit on the toilet, and if I pee without pushing my dick down and forward it will go straight forward and make a mess. If my sack is loose at all or my dick is semi-erect in any way this doesn't happen. In a grower not a shower, so when it's all the way down it doesn't have much weight to it. Oh god, this just happened a few months ago and it was super embarrassing. Wake up at like 3 a.m. needing to piss. Get up, sit on the toilet and go. As I'm pissing I notice the floor was wet so I kinda use my foot to move the bath mat to dry it thinking it's water from my wife's shower before bed. As I'm getting back into bed I notice my boxers are wet. Half asleep I'm just take them off and go back to bed and don't really think about it. Wake up the later that morning and when I realized I was naked I remember what happened and realized it was probably my piss from between the seat and toilet. I get up and while drinking my morning coffee thinking about how I'm going to wash the bath mat, my wife comes down the stairs with it in her hand, pressed up to her face and smelling it, saying she thinks the dog pissed on the bath mat. I didn't have the heart to tell her, so I also blamed it on the dog. Other problem, when on the toilet and pooping and leaning over it will sometimes hit the inside of the toilet bowl. Now if that doesn't leave you feeling violated, I don't know what will. The kiss of death. And that's why I devote my life to advocating a good pooping posture. Random embarrassing boners. You can manually kill your boner. Just flex a muscle in your body, thighs or calves work great, to send all your excess blood to it. After a short time of concentrating all your extra blood into that muscle, your random embarrassing boner will be no more. Too late, Grandma already saw it. And it made the funeral very awkward. Bro, I just want to go pee when I wake up in the morning, but my cock is managing to cock block me with a boner each time. Weird that so many men can't pee with boners. I've never had that problem as a guy. I had a size anxiety for years as a younger man. Am I too big? Too small? Too fat? Too skinny? Will people see it through my swim shorts? Am I less or more of a man for having a pendulous appendage? It's like having a form of anorexia but solely associated with penis size. The amount of times I passed on sex during that time for fear of someone seeing my willy in the flesh is saddening. Over it now though, thankfully. I can answer only one of the questions, yes. Yes, people unfortunately will see it through any swim shorts. When he gets tired at the wrong moment. Two things. The fact that one of the most sensitive parts of the male human body is just hanging in between our legs for the world to beat and destroy. That's why sack tapping is a thing. The other is erections. For a woman, getting wet is at least easy to hide. Yeah, it may be uncomfortable if it's wet enough because of chafing, and my partner has mentioned something about twitching, but much about that one. For either a sexually active or very hormonal man, erections will happen daily. When a dick is erect, it point upwards. If a dick is pointing downwards before you're erect, it is a very uncomfortable and sometimes painful experience depending on how tight your pants are, because the clothing is holding the dick downwards. Think of it like a spring. If you try and move it from anything but upright, it'll resist and try get back up. If you see a man readjust, don't judge him. It was either that or he had to keep walking in discomfort pain. Not to mention random erections. We can get an erection for no reason whatsoever. Like we'd just be washing the dishes and then bam, we got a hard dick pressing into the countertop. I take a medication that's a vasoconstrictor. I miss my random erections. The last time I'd stopped taking it for a week or two, it was like my dick woke up out of a coma. For me, I had an accident and now I have a scar in my urinary tract. The side effects are now a never-ending battle of never knowing if the pain from peeing is a UTI or the scar. Every single time I pee there's blood in my urine now on a micro level. Tested clean for any STDs and infections. Doctors don't know why I'm still peeing blood. I went to a urologist and he thinks it's a scar or a urethral stricture. Lots of fucking side effects of this, look it up. My sexual habits have changed as I used to last a longer time in bed, but now it's like I'm almost premature sometimes. I can get UTIs easier and sometimes I can't empty my bladder completely or it's overactive and I piss every 5 to 15 minutes if I drink too much water at one time. The real kicker is the only treatment is dialysis. Fuck no, I'm not even considering that. Or surgery. So that's been the worst part about having a penis for me since I was 18. Edit, I wrote that first paragraph after taking a piss. This edit is to inform everyone I'm back and just finished peeing again. Oh, would you look at that 15 minutes later? Fuck, I wanna chop it off sometimes. I ask every single human being with a penis, no matter your size or shape, you love and you worship your penis every day and you be grateful to have a working function as intended penis. For those who don't have a working one, I'm there with you. We will prevail. You and your dick deserve better. You can also watch other videos by going to the channel. I will be pleased if you like them.